to Made by Me Craft Parties, Craft Along with Me. I'm Lexi, this is Izzy, and this is Austin, my lovely children. And today we're going to do blow painting.
We have news. The comments work!
I think they do. I had a little trial run and embarrassed myself earlier. So I think they should be working, so that's good news. But today we're going to do some blow painting. I'm going to come round and show you here. So this is one, Izzy and I had a little trial run, and I don't know if you can see, but we've turned them into, she's turned them into a little fish, little aliens, a germ, all sorts of lovely things. So
germs aren't lovely.
No, they're rubbish. We don't like germs.
No, especially the coronavirus.
The aliens and the fish are lovely. The germs, not so much.
Nah.
Oh, hi. I need my hello. Hi, Louise and Summer. We can see the comments and we can see you. Thank you for joining us. We're so excited.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Party in the yellow.
No, don't start that. Right, so let's get on to business. Let's get on to crafting. What do we need? So before we get started, what do we need, Izzy?
We need a paintbrush.
But
it's
worth saying the wider the paintbrush, the better. Just for ease, you'll see in a minute.
We need a straw. I connected mine too, so this is very unusually long.
Maybe undo that. You need some watercolour paints.
Yeah.
So we've got this lovely palette from IKEA. Please don't tip it up. We've been practicing. The kids were too excited to wait for you guys, so we got going. So this one's from IKEA, and we absolutely love this one. Lots of lovely, pretty, bright colours. If you don't have watercolour paints, what you can do is get a bit of water and get some food colouring and put some food colouring in the water, mix it up, and it will just work just the same, which is fab.
You also need some water to wash your paintbrushes off and some pieces of paper. No, not water. You need sponges. These aren't sponges,
well done.
but you can use... Don't use sponges.
No, that's not a sponge. That's just a little bit of tissue in case you have any spillage. So you've got your paper, straws, watercolour paints, some water for washing, and also some markers for later on. And if you do have one, it might be, if you don't want to use your paintbrush, you could use a pipette. But that's just a nice to have, not essential at all. Okay, guys, so what's the first thing we need to do?
Firstly, you need to get lots and lots and lots of water into your palette, or mix your dye and water, and you need to make it very watery. So I'm going to get lots of water and mix up my pink.
So lots and lots of water if you can. Maybe even get a teaspoon and spoon a tiny bit of water, or a spoonful of water into the paint circle. I don't know if you can see, if I'll just tip it slightly. I don't know if you can see that, but we filled them quite high. Like I say, the kids were keen to have another go before we started, so we've been playing already. So lots of water in, mix till you get a really nice deep colour, and then get your brush really full of the water and put it onto...
Blob it on, very nice. Make a nice blob.
That's it.
Oops.
Only a watery blob. Now, the great thing about this is that there's no right or wrong way of doing it. It's just about having fun. So you could do a really big blob in the middle. You could do lots of little blobs.
I did a really big blob, but with a few colours, and I made...
Oh, along a bit. That's it.
I made that one, and I made one that looks a bit like a moose.
Yeah, we'll show you in a minute, and I'm going to add some details to it. So once you've got your blob,
you need your straw.
You need your straw. So I'm hoping, just shout if we're going too fast. If you're with us, that's great. If we're going too fast, just let us know.
So you need your straw, and you're going to blow down your straw onto the paint, and it's going to disperse it everywhere, make it look really, really cool, and you can experiment with different angles.
I'll tell you what, Izzy, can you get a little bit closer to the camera just so everybody can see how it goes?
Ready? Steady. Looks really cool.
If it starts going towards the off the paper, Don't worry.
All you need to do is change the angle, and I'm using very, very fancy words today.
I should have said at the very beginning, this can get a bit messy, so make sure you've got, I'm sure you have anyway, but make sure you've got a covering on your tablecloth, and maybe just old clothes or an apron, or take it outside. It's quite windy today, it's not the best weather, but it's probably alright for painting. So I'm sure you're very sensible anyway, but just worth saying.
What I'm doing is I'm angling my paper to blow it in one direction, because I'm going to make fishies with lots of fins.
Yeah, you could, if you want to decide what you want to make, that at the beginning, that's fine, but if you just want to have a go, and then see what it turns into, we're kind of trying to spot shapes into what we've made, which has been really cool. And the great thing is that if you angle it, try angling it, so do it from directly ahead and on top of your paint, or also from the sides. You kind of try and follow the paint and keep blowing it across the page. Just have loads of fun with it. And
I didn't put enough paint on it.
And try all the different colours as well. And I think if you use all the different colours, they'll also bleed into each other and then make new colours, which is what happened. Which is kind of what happened with this one.
If you put them closer together.
Is that one not working so well? Do you want some help?
Oh no.
Do you want some help?
Yeah.
You're good? Okay. So it's just a quick craft today, really. We'll do a few more of these, and then we'll move on to the next bit and leave you to get crafting.
I really hope this is fun for you, because we really love doing this.
The paint craft along seemed to go down really well. The salt painting was particularly popular, and was there another painting one? Oh, there was the toilet roll.
Dot painting.
Dot painting, and we painted the toilet rolls. Those ones have always been quite popular. I think because lots of people have paint in their house, so it's quite easy. Woo.
I blew too hard, so the paper fell off the table.
Too windy.
It's not outside though.
So has anyone been doing any crafty fun this week? Apart from obviously joining us today, have you made anything this week at all? I'd love to know what you've been making. What's been on your craft table today or this week? Oh, that's nice sunset mixing, Austin. It's lovely. Fab.
I'm going to make a
Okay.
sunsetty fish.
Is that going well? Ooh, nice. Okay, shall we do one more, and then we'll move on to getting the markers out and adding a bit of detail to the dried ones that we've made.
Careful!
That's okay. I think you need to be get a bit more liquid on this, Tim. Do you want me to help you? Right.
Oh no!
So we've been a bit brave, and sometimes I have colours on my paint, the water pots, and we haven't today, and we've gone quite brave. So just in case you catch that in the beginning, what I'm doing is getting quite a lot of water on my brush, and then popping it into the paint palette to get loads of. So if you wanted to do it using the pipette, you can just, not too close, suck up a little bit of paint in there. Ooh, let's have a go, Austin. And then dropper it onto your paper, and then you can blow. That'll probably work better, Austin, because it's a bit. There you go. Have a go at blowing that. Austin, have a go at blowing that. Don't leave it too long.
What I just did was jeans. I layered up some colours. So I put yellow, orange, red, and I blew it, and it's sunset.
That looks beautiful. Those are going to be so nice. So did you tell everyone what you were thinking when you planned this? So
Yeah.
you've chosen blue paper, haven't you?
I chose blue paper because I want to make a fishy world.
So yours do already look very much like fish.
So I'm gonna, when they dry, I'm going to add some eyes onto them, and right now I'm just going to paint some seaweed.
Okay. Well, tell you what, shall we add a little bit, or shall I do it? While you guys carry on. So what I was thinking was, here we go. Let's move this out of the way. So this was one that I did yesterday with Izzy when we were playing, and so mine looks very different to Izzy's. So this was
because you don't have the technique.
Izzy's. This was also another one of Izzy's that she showed you earlier, and this is the moose one. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the moose one. We kind of got the antlers here, which I absolutely love, but we haven't added any detail to that one yet. But what I was thinking was that once you've just let them dry for a little while, and that you can add on either googly eyes or just add on little faces or turn them into animals, peacocks, and oh, that looks good, Austin. Peacocks, or you could make them into flowers. So for example, one of Izzy's looked very much like a flower. I don't really want to draw on it because oh yes, so Izzy did this one as a fish, so she's kind of turned him round and made him a little face. That one looks like a germ.
I'm going to do fishies going in different directions.
Oh wow. And then what we could also, this one, he looks very much like a spider.
Hey, this is not.
Or a jellyfish. So have fun adding some faces. I'm sure you can be a little bit more creative than me with that. Or if you've got a bit more time, you could try making a lion.
I made a massive fish.
Or a peacock. Or some kind of unicorn. All sorts of things.
I'm trying to make that like a navel colour.
Wow. So Izzy, would you? I don't know if we can. I don't want to ruin your. No. I tell you what we'll do is we will post a picture of Izzy's in the comments so you can see what she's done. But she has added some really lovely seaweed onto the bottom, and once she's put her faces on, I will add them on. But Izzy's going off for a sleepover tonight, which is very exciting. So it might well be tomorrow. So I hope you've enjoyed our craft along today. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for crafting along. As always, we would love to see what you make and create. We would absolutely love to see your pictures using blow painting. We'll show ours in the comments. If you would like a craft activity that's a little bit longer, Izzy and I have written a blog post. There
is one that I am going to be leading.
Hold on a minute. If you're looking for a crafting activity that's a little bit longer, Izzy and I have put together a tutorial for a wall hanging using pom-poms and making pom-poms and tassels and then putting them onto a wall hanging. So I'll put the...
It was all my creation.
It was, so but I've written up the instructions for you and put lots of photos on. So I'll put a link to the blog post in there. So that could be a lovely weekend project or a summer holiday project for you. And if you fancy any kits, I've also got my shop open now. So I've got rainbow pony kits and teddy bear kits, and I'm adding some more stuff as soon as possible. So if you want some longer, exciting projects, then you will find them on there, and I will add the links in the comments. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back next week for some more fun. I will share the event as soon as I can. I'll get that up online over the weekend, and we'll see you next week. Say goodbye, everybody. I'm going to leave these guys to just carry on crafting. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.